Well, if you want a leg up on the job competition, unplug your computer, dust off your business suit, and get ready to shake a lot of hands, guys. Searching online and applying directly to companies is now taking a back seat to networking. To talk more about this is founder and CEO of SwapTheBiz.com, Scott Eisenberg. Welcome.
Oh, thank you.
You know, I got to tell you, I guess, I'm an old salt, an old dog. I'm probably a lot older than you. And, before all this technology, that was the only way to really get it done. It's not what you know, it's who you know, and it's kind of face-to-face human kind of interaction, Scott.
I can't agree more. I mean, it's come back to that is what it is now. I mean, in your face, meeting people, connecting, socializing, so you can learn about a person and find commonalities and connect.
Well, what's been the change here? Because you've got Monster.com, you've got the Ladders out there, and other people who apparently seem to be very successful. Why has there been a change in the trend here in terms of how people actually find jobs?
Well, at this point, everybody's a commodity at this point. Everyone's online. People are inundated. There's a million resumes. They all look the same. How can you differentiate in this world? The best way, like you said, in the old days, it was you met people, you connected with people, people reached out to you. And you learn about a person when you meet them in person.
But what about the assembly line effect of this, though? If you're going online, I'm just being the devil's advocate here. You certainly can get through a lot more resumes by going online as opposed to having somebody come to an office and sit down and talk to them. And that could last either a long or short time. It doesn't seem to me it would be actually cost effective, though.
But it actually is much more cost effective. The reason being is that you can't get that personal. I can't learn about you. There's so much more beyond that resume. I can go through resumes and I can miss great people because I don't learn about them as a person. There's so much more than that's what's on that paper.
Okay, that's a good point. So what are employers looking for when you come into an office and you sit down? I mean, sometimes the first sight of somebody could make or break whether or not they land a job.
Yeah, I mean, well, they're going with the standards. I mean, they're looking at, where they go to school, perhaps. It depends, of course, on the industry and what the specific requirements are. But, in that office setting, it's different. There, it's the same stuff over and over and over again. They're asking the same questions. You get to know someone in person. It's just different.
Are the millennials actually equipped for this? I'm from the old school again. The wingtip shoes, the kind of suits that I wear are not like really hip. What are employers looking for when they see, say, for instance, young folks coming in to sit down? They're looking at their appearance. How should they be dressed?
It depends. Depends on what they're going for. What's the industry segment? Millennials are different, without a doubt. And some of them are ill-equipped because of the fact that they are so deeply entrenched online. They lack a lot of social skills. So some of them might need to engage and help even on these interviews. They might need training. They might need to be helped out to show them how they can connect with people more.
Scott, here's the deal, though. You're over 50. And people say when you're over 50 and you're looking for a job, it's very hard to do. You can kind of disguise that online with your credentials and maybe hide your age somewhat. But when you step into that office and you have that receding hairline or a beer belly, I'm telling you, that's not going to bode too well for the employer. I mean, unfortunately.
That's all too true in a lot of cases. But if you have the skills, if you can prove yourself, I mean, look at me. I have a company where it's all about networking. It's all about people. That's what I care about. I don't care about what it says on that piece of paper. I'm more interested in you. And if you can display that, if that can come out of you at these interviews, that's where you're going to win.
Last question here for you. It's still all about the money, Scott. You know it. I know it. The world knows it. Young people are getting the jobs because primarily they're costing less. An older person like me is going to cost them more. Down the road, whether you're face-to-face with somebody or not, if you're younger, you have a better advantage.
It's a fair point, but once again, if you can do the job better, if you already have the experience, that can be more meaningful. People haven't been looking at that piece of it, and so that's the other side of the coin.
Scott, I want to believe you. I really want to believe you, Scott.
Believe me, then.
Okay, I'll believe you. For now.
All right.
I like that suit.
Thanks.
Scott Eisenberg, as always, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Tomorrow on the Rise Exchange, as the famous Muppet Kermit the Frog says, it's not easy being green. For Earth Day tomorrow, we'll see if that's true or if businesses are actually raking in the green. You know they are. Now for another look at the markets. The Dow closing down at 17,949. The S&P 500 closing at 2,097. And the NASDAQ ended the day at 5,014. I'm Julian Phillips in for the vacationing Andrew Schmertzy Schmertz. Thanks for watching Rise Exchange. We'll see you right here tomorrow if you keep it where it is.